And what is it? A 1-year gig?
It's a 1-year gig.
So next year there'll be a new.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the qualities, Jim, for a Grand Marshal? Do you think you got in there for your writing ability or your likability? What do you? Did you ever think about it?
I think it's somebody that's kind of connected, as I said, to the Irish community, and also that knows a little bit about Ireland. I've been there about 25 or 30 times over the years, and I guess people knew that I knew about Ireland, and I could kind of talk about its history and tell a good story about its people. And over those years, I did thousands of stories on people right around here, from the associations like Morley and McGovern's years ago, and Nugent's and McGovern's in Newark. So being connected to the community and having a knowledge of Ireland, I think that helps. And you know,
where's your heritage from in Ireland, Jim?
My father was from Cork. He was a milkman in Union County. He owned Roselle Park Dairy.
Union County. Oh, Union County here, not Union County in.
Oh no, he was from County Cork.
County Cork.
Castletown Bear, County Cork, and had a grocery store originally in Hillside, then one on Monroe Avenue and Alina Street in Elizabeth, then a milk route in Roselle Park, but he extended into Elizabeth and Roselle and Union, and then I started to help him. So
that deli on Monroe Line, he didn't sell it to a John O'Leary, did he?
I think he may, and then it was a Jimmy O'Leary who was a milkman. And they were good friends. That's going back to
the deli you're talking about. When I was growing up, it was owned by John O'Leary and his wife on
Could
Monroe
have been.
and Alina.
I think
and they lived on Neck Lane, but they were there. They were there for a good many years. So
I think he sold it about 1947.
Maybe it was a little after that than this. Yeah. The O'Learys bought it probably in the 60s. Maybe there might have been another owner between that.
Yeah. I had faint memories. I was very small. But getting back to my family, my mother was from Northern Ireland, from Derry. The town of Coleraine, and we lived in Hillside. They originally lived on Lexington Place in Elizabeth. That was a block in a neighborhood near St. Catherine's that was very Irish.
Were you born here or in Ireland?
Born here, St. Elizabeth's, and then the old St. Elizabeth's, and then grew up in Hillside.
Good. You've held other positions in the parade committee before, Gene. Where's your most positive experiences?
It was the adjutant in 2004.
Tell me why.
Just putting a parade on the street, starting from scratch, from your first index card you put on a table, and then you have maybe 60, 70 index cards, and you got to figure out, and you sit back, you have your divisions, and you sit back and you put an index card. Do I need this one here or that one there? Well, it takes about 2 weeks to actually finally get the line of march straight, where everything is in balance. You don't want to have one division heavy and the 4 other ones light. You got to try to balance it out and try to get a nice smooth effect for the parade. And to me, that was the most self-satisfaction that I've had yet with this parade.
And this year, you tell me Nugent's is stepping off the first division.
Yes, they are.
This is the first time they're up front.
Yes, they are.
Okay, because I always march with Nugent's, and I'm kind of glad to see we're going to be up front for it.
Well, there's a lot of things. A lot to do with their 75th anniversary, and I want to congratulate that organization, because without them, they're a strong supporting member of the parade committee.
I used to tend bar there.
Did you really?
Wow,
I did.
interesting.
I did. And one of the things I want to talk about, Jim, is your experiences with past parades. We were talking at the break on how a lot of your experiences go back to the Newark Parade and Nugent's and how active they were back then. And
yes,
maybe you should share some experiences with us.
I can remember way back when there was literally several hundred of the Nugent Association gathering on Pennsylvania Avenue in Newark and heading down Broad Street. So this is a branch off of the Newark Parade, which has kind of dwindled in the late years. They're now going to have a parade on a Friday just to get the crowd back in. But the Union Parade, I called it dignified. The times I've seen it, it's just a lively parade. As Gene said, the adjutant, that job of getting that parade to flow and have a rhythm is so important. That's what makes the entertainment part of it for young people and so on. And then to carry on our traditional music with the pipe bands. And it creates a feeling and a sense of pride and so on. And so many great floats. The statue of St. Patrick makes it quite authentic and genuine. And I think a lot of people last year were impressed with the state police. Maybe 200 or more troopers in formation, and then that dramatic flyover of the state police helicopter right at Union Center. It was impressive.
Gene, some of the things you learned as parade general chairman, as well as what's special about this year's parade?
There's a lot of things I've learned. I've learned not only on the fundraising angle, but I learned dealing with different people, their moods.
I was like, it can't be all good.
Oh no. Oh no, believe me. This year, as everybody knows, businesses are hurting. You know, the economy isn't what it used to be years ago. So a lot of people are pulling their reins in on corporate fundraising and stuff like that. So we have to go to other avenues. As far as meeting people, having different chats with people, I love it. I love it. There's so many people that are out there want to help out different ways and stuff like that. Even though it's not, you know, financial, they help out in different ways. Can I do this for you? Can I do that for you? Yeah, sure. Anything to take a little, you know, burden off what we have going on. That's all.
And so the fundraising has probably been a little more difficult than in past years.
Yes, it has.
And
Yes, it has.
the work and time that goes into putting people on the street, and how many people do you expect on the parade day?
Parade day, spectators, I'm hoping between 35 and 40,000 will line the streets of Morris Avenue and Stuyvesant Avenue. Sometimes you'll see up in the center towards Union Center, they'll be lined up 5, 6 deep.